Hello. I wanted to do a little video. It's kind of about the Roland System 100, and it's kind of about just trying to buy smarter, um, have a bigger goal in mind, and just try to be smarter about your buying. Yeah, so this is the Roland System 100, sort of. It's parts of it. Um, Alec Ball has a really good video on it in his whimsical English way. So go check that out um, if you want more of the history and his little songs he does. You'll see I have a problem with little ladybugs that like to come in here and are probably inside of all my machines, but whatever. I share the space with them. Okay, so the first part of the System 100 is this. It's the Model 101. Um, I got it triggered from a MIDI keyboard. I forgot. Thought it was broken for a second there. But yeah, it's a great little mono synth, single oscillator. But the reason I got into this, I've never really been into the modular thing. I've tried Eurorack a couple times and just find it to be a huge rip off, most of it. And it's really addicting, and then you just end up. The whole thing is crazy. I'm not going to get into it. But, anyways, so I like the sound of vintage Roland synths, but a lot of times they're either overpriced and just don't really do enough for me. I usually like them to be real crazy. Even like I had the SH7, really great looking synth, duophonic, early 70s Roland sound, really cool. But like, I think at the time they're selling for like $4,000 or $5,000. So like, I ended up selling it to a collector in New York, a very famous person with one of the nicest synth collections out there. But yeah, it just wasn't worth it for me. SH3 is cool and cheap, but I don't know, doesn't really do a lot. So I never really ended up keeping them. And then I stumbled across this one, and what makes this so great is the patch points on it, which means you could always do more with it. You can always add more to it. Um, so I ended up picking up one of these. Um, the expander that usually goes back here. I don't know if you could tell from that camera angle, but this isn't actually the expander. There's supposed to be a model 102 here, but they're a lot rarer than the 101 because this is a standalone synth. This is what most people bought. This was in most people's budgets in the 70s. And if you wanted, you could make a whole system out of it. But yeah, so a lot less were made of the expanders. And because of that, they're more expensive. So not only, my cat's meowing, not only do you have to find one, but they usually cost over $2,000 for the expander. I paid less than 2,000. Okay, okay, hang out, come hang out. For my first 101, and then I thought, well, I could just buy a second 101 and save some money. The only difference between the Model 101 keyboard and the 102 expander is the expander had a ring modulator on it, oscillator sync, so you could hook the two up and have the oscillator synced up to the 101, and there was a sample and hold circuit on the 102. So I bought this, a full 101 synth for only $1,400, and it's modded. So instead of the external input, this is now a ring modulator. And if you don't plug anything into it, it uses the LFO. But you could also send the oscillator from the 101 into it, and you got the ring mod. I'm not sure if it's the same as the original 102 ring mod, but there you go. So I got the ring mod. Also, I got the VCO sync output has been modded to a sync in, so I got that covered. So the only thing missing on it is sample and hold. Other than that, it does everything the 102 can do, and I saved about $1,000, $500 to $1,000 by buying that. And if I want to, I could always put them next to each other, and you can play different parts. So little bonus there. So the rest of the system is where it really gets to be sort of throwing money away. Like, it looks great. I'll throw a picture up. You've probably seen it. But like, you got a mixer on this side, a sequencer on this side, and then two speakers, and it just makes this really nice looking system. Unfortunately, the mixer is like $2,000 or something, and all it is a 4-channel mixer with spring reverb. The sequencer is like a couple grand. Yeah, the mixer, once in a while you can find it for like $1,500, but generally it's like about $2,000. The sequencer is $2,000 and up, and it's just it's two 8-step or one 16-step analog sequencer. It's cool. It's got a giant rate knob on it, and I like big oversized knobs. And then the speakers aren't very good speakers, and because they're pretty rare, I mean, if you find them separate, you're talking $2,000-$3,000 for a pair of shitty speakers. If you buy the whole system together, you're looking at $11,000 to $16,000. And really, these are the parts you want. So I was thinking, well, what do I want to do? I'm very tempted. If you know me, I'm very into the looks of things, and that's what makes me want to come and play something. So I got some ideas. I wanted to start doing this video now because I got some stuff coming, and pretty soon it's going to get real fucking crazy. So yeah, let's just start with this. I got cabinets coming, and it's going to get nutty. But yeah. So this also, what I'm doing is I got two Kenton Pro Solos here. One for that, one for this. This one's set to low note priority. That one's set to high note priority. So yeah, so you can play duophonically. That's another nice thing. The original system, you just play it from this keyboard, and it just ends up being a 2 oscillator mono synth. But again, this has been months of planning. I still do stuff with scrap pieces of paper. I have a binder filled with like notes, and then I got into the idea of adding Eurorack modules, and at first I was like, I don't want to go down that route again. At first I bought some just like shitty racks, and I had the two synths next to each other with some modules above it. And then again, because I want things to look fucking nice, I'm having custom wood cabinets made that are going to go on each side. Don't know how they're going to look until they get here. I'm getting them tonight, so I'll continue the video then. But yeah, I mean, this thing, as it is, it's pretty great. I mean, you just do simple things. Running, here, let's just listen to the one. Like running filter into the, or running the noise into the filter. You could always, there's a VCO out, but there's also a VCO sync out. And the VCO sync out is always going to be a square wave. So, I mean, you could set the oscillator to a sawtooth, but then get the square out of there as well. So now you have both waveforms. That's a square. That's a sawtooth. Ooh, it is a really beefy synthesizer. And the filter on this thing is, I like it a lot more than a Moog filter. You don't lose the bottom end until you really start cranking the resonance. And even then, it's still like got way more bottom end there than Moogs do. I kind of think the Moog filter is really, really overrated. It's not my favorite filter. I think it's more for silky smooth, nice playing Keith Emerson solo kind of thing, which, you know, that's fine. But I actually like some prog rock and shit like that. But when I'm playing, I want a lot of low end. I want to be able to like get a lot more out of it. And yeah, I want to make it scream. I want to keep low end. I want to make it sound crazy. Moog filters generally don't do that unless you buy one of the few Moogs. Micro Moog and Multi Moog actually had frequency modulation on the filter. I don't think any of the other Moogs did that. I could be wrong. It's morning. Yeah, so I think I'm just going to stop here and we'll chime in as this project gets crazier. Okay, check it out. Just picked these up last night. Custom made to sit next to the System 100. All ready to go. Got like 41 modules here. So let's put it together. Okay, got it all put together here. Took about an hour each just to put the modules in. So you tell me, does it look as nice as like an original System 100? I don't know. I think it looks pretty fucking cool. Better or worse, I don't know. But I think it looks pretty awesome. I do know this sure does. These two cabinets do a hell of a lot more than the original 4-channel mixer with reverb and 2 little sequencers, that's for sure. So basically what I ended up with here is you got 5 oscillators, 12 LFOs, 9 envelope generators, 14 VCAs, 5 filters, 3 sample and hold circuits, 3 ring mods, 4 sequencers, wave folding. so yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And it's all based around the main vintage units here. So I feel like you get the vintage sound, the vintage look, and then added cabinets. Also, all of this ended up being $4,000 to $9,000 less than an original complete System 100 would be. So again, with the buying smarter, bigger goals in mind before you start buying stuff kind of thing. Yeah, so next part is patching it up. I wanted to get a little shot of this before I did that because I feel like this looks beautiful. Once you get all those patch cables, and it's going to be a fucking mess. There's probably going to be 50 cables involved in this. And what I'm doing is this has all been mapped out with a goal. It's going to be all patched where I plan to never unplug anything. There are so many mixers in here. Everything is going to have its own like modulation mixer for every oscillator, every filter. So yeah, like I said, this is months of mapping this shit out. Which means not only is there going to be just a net of cables, but also little ugly labels and everything, like, oh, this is, the mixer for the lower 101 filter, stuff like that. Everything is going to be labeled and patched up, and hopefully very minimal if ever have to move cables around. Missing one module here and one here that are pre-ordered that I'm still waiting on. But other than that, this is done. I wanted these cases totally full, so I'm not tempted to like keep going, keep building. Like I wanted to stop here, even though it's already like, oh, you could kind of fit stuff here. But no. This stuff alone, it has like I have 4 power supplies in here, so more than enough power. So yeah, I guess it's time to label and patch it and get some sounds out of here. Okay, I think we'll wrap it up there. It's like a half-hour video turned into. I've barely scratched the surface. I've barely tapped into what this thing could do. Basically just wanted to get some basic things. I basically was using the Valley module and the Bode frequency. I think those are my two my two favorites so far. And this Morph 4 was kind of making things extra jittery and broken sounding. But yeah, I mean, I've barely tapped into this. It's not even all the way patched yet. Part I skipped out of the video was me not getting some simple things to work and realizing some of these patch cables don't work. They're brand new, so that really sucks. I wish I knew who I got these red ones from, because a couple of them don't seem to work, but I bought so much stuff from different places that I don't know where they came from. But yeah, so that could really slow things down when you're making a crazy 50-60 cable patch and realizing there's a signal not working somewhere. And since I'm also new to this, I was like thinking, you know, it could be I'm just stupid and there's like a voltage error or something plugged in wrong. So I should have tried the cables first, but I didn't. So I wasted a lot of time on that, and now I'm wasting more time. Anyways, so I'll probably do more videos once I get this thing up and running and get more stuff going on. And let me know if you want more of these, like kind of like trying to buy better videos. I have an idea for a Moog one that I might do. But yeah, okay. Thanks for sitting through that. I suppose I should always mention I don't do ads. I don't ask for money on Patreon or any of that crap. So if you want to support me, go to the label. Go check out Secret Records. I got my music on there. The residents side projects, collaborations with various people. People from Swans, Chrome, lots of cool people on my label. If you like weird stuff, which seems to be a dying thing. I know everyone wants their pop music now. But yeah, so do that. Bye.